On this week's show, Aidan Duffy brings us an update from House football's 125th anniversary. Matt McChesney reports from Friday Night Lights. Toby Ilogu brings us some Parents' Weekend perspectives. And Cammie Johnson gives us an inside look at the costume shop. Lawrenceville's 10-minute newscast begins right now. From the Woods Memorial Hall balcony overlooking the circle, this is a special edition of L10 with Ghael, Fobes. Hello and welcome to this week's show. On Wednesday, the third and final 2016 U.S. presidential debate was screened in the Healy Room. Students and faculty watched candidates Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump face off for the final time before the November 8th election. On Tuesday evening, the Fifth Form traveled to the Field of Terror attraction in East Windsor, New Jersey. At the event, students enjoyed a haunted cornfield and visited a pumpkin patch. The night was organized by the Student Council and Fifth Form level director Helena Cunningham. This Saturday, the Encore Council will host the annual Masquerade Ball in the Kirby Arts Center. Students can participate in a costume contest and have their pictures taken in a photo booth. Earlier this evening, the History Department held the third of its 4 U.S. election series installments. Tonight, History Master David Figueroa Ortiz discussed culture wars, the Supreme Court, and their respective impacts on the upcoming election. The Photo Club has chosen a winner for its Friday Night Lights photo contest. Congratulations to second former Arik Hazan, who won with his image of Lawrenceville squaring off against Petty. This year, Lawrenceville is celebrating its 125th season of house football. Our senior sports correspondent, Aidan Duffy, has a report on the history of the oldest tackle football league in America.
House football. If you're like generations of Laurentians since the school's founding in 1810, these are your fondest memories. The glorious battles in rain or shine, the triumphant moments spent fighting alongside fellow housemates, and the winning of the elusive Pride of the Circle, Crutch, and Muffler games. Today, I'm here at Green Field as the Circle House football players of present stand before those who have came before them in the 125th season of house football. I'm here with David Godwin of Woodhull, class of 2000, Godwin Bois, class of 79, also Woodhull, and Trace Arnett, class of 79, Woodhull, all house football alums. So guys, must be great to have you back here. When did you, what is your favorite memory playing in house football?
My favorite memory is scoring the only touchdown I ever scored in football and playing with Godwin right here to my right.
Well, I really enjoyed playing with Trace. Never played before. It's been a new experience back then. My favorite memory is I was the center and we designed a center eligible receiver flag so that I could try and get one catch my junior year.
Excellent. And did it work?
No, I dropped the ball.
My favorite memory was throwing a halfback option touchdown to Mark, and as he was breaking away from the defense, his trousers started to fall down, but he managed to still hold on to the ball with one hand while pulling up his pants with the other. And so that was my favorite house football memory.
125 years ago, the oldest football league in the world began. The first house football game was between Hamill and Davis House. Ever since, the rivalries known as the Pride of the Circle, the game between Cleve and Dickinson, the Crutch between Hamill and Kennedy, and the Muffler between Woodhull and Griswold have elevated to Super Bowl-esque status. In 1947, the name the Crutch came to be when a Kennedy coach was tackled by a Hamill player, rendering him to crutches. Later that season, the same Hamill player was tackled out of bounds, breaking the Kennedy coach's crutch. The Muffler got its name when the muffler of the school rabbi's car broke off. Ever since, the boys of Woodhull and Griswold have spent blood, sweat, and tears over it. Finally, the Pride of the Circle game between Dickinson and Cleve is the newest addition to the house football rivalries, but no less the least fierce. With great competition between the houses, the spirited crowd filled with former house football players and coaches was not disappointed on this historic day. From Green Field, I'm Aidan Duffy.
Thank you, Aidan. On October 14th, Lawrenceville hosted its first Friday Night Lights football game. Our senior sports correspondent, Matt McChesney, attended the game to bring us an update.
Thanks, Ghael. I'm here at the conclusion of the Friday Night Lights game between Lawrenceville and Petty. In the first half, Petty and Lawrenceville exchanged blows. Thanks to a handful of picks by Isaiah Wingfield and a pair of passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown by PG quarterback Campbell Garrett, Lawrenceville was up 23-14 with 4 minutes left before the break. Additionally, starting running back Sam Wamakima threw to Dylan DeMarco on a trick play for a touchdown. Muhammad Jakite also put in 3 extra points with 1 field goal and had an amazing onside kick. And on defense, some amazing stops by William Rice, Isaiah Wingfield, and Mikey McLean. Petty responded with a series of touchdowns to take the lead and extended that lead through the second half. Although competing through all 4 quarters, Lawrenceville eventually lost 30-54. During halftime, we saw some phenomenal halftime performances by the Houses, varsity captains, and Encores. I'm Matt McChesney from Cuffle Stadium. Back to you, Ghael.
Thank you, Matt. This past weekend, students and their families celebrated Parents' Weekend, during which families had the opportunity to meet with their child's teachers and attend various student events. Our senior features correspondent, Ilogu, had a chance to talk to some of the parents.
It's a lovely day to be here at Lawrenceville. Beautiful weather, beautiful people, and of course meeting the teachers for our children. That's been great as well.
And of course, it's good to be here at lunch. Always a good part of the occasion, and we're enjoying ourselves.
I was excited to see my brother. I was happy that he's coming home with us.
My favorite part of Parents' Weekend is getting to see my boy. But after that is getting to meet all the amazing teachers.
And enjoy not just the parents, the company of the parents as well, but also the food. Great food. So looking forward to that.
My name's Fritz Thomas, and this is my daughter Sally. I'm an alumnus of the school. I graduated in 1983, and it's fun to be back at Parents' Weekend to visit both my son and daughter. Paul is in the Hamill house, which I was in a while ago, and it's great to have Sally here as well.
So our favorite part of Parents' Weekend is the meeting other parents, talking to other parents about their experiences at Lawrenceville, which has been very positive. All the parents have said wonderful things.
Hi, I'm Ghael. I'm a 4th former in Dickinson, and my favorite part of Parents' Weekend is spending time with my family.
I'm Ghael's mom. My favorite part of Parents' Weekend is coming to the school and seeing all the things that my son talks about.
My favorite part of Parents' Weekend is the wonderful food.
My favorite part was Friday Night Lights. My favorite part is getting to see my parents.
Seeing the parents that I've met last year and also meeting the new parents and getting to know everyone. It's been really a great experience.
Thank you to those parents. Periwig has been hard at work over the past several weeks in preparation for this year's fall musical Cinderella. Our arts reporter Cammie Johnson visited the costume shop to find out how its members are preparing for the show.
I'm going behind the scenes of the costume shop for this year's fall musical Cinderella. I'm here with Renuka, and she is a senior and the wardrobe supervisor for Cinderella. So I heard that the costume shop is making the most costumes that they ever had in a musical. So how is the costume shop managing to create all of these costumes?
So this has definitely been a construction heavy year. I've been working on musicals since Secret Garden, and I think it's definitely in competition with Secret Garden in terms of how much we're making, and I guess the complexity of the garments we're making almost. Though I think I like watching the big projects like the vests, like being put on the girls. I think I like the smaller projects like trimming these things with little with these little jewels and buttons. It's really fun to bedazzle the costumes, and all of them get bedazzled, even the men's. So that's been fun.
Mr. Cothrell, what is your role in the costume shop?
For Cinderella, I am the costume designer and supervise all of the activity in the costume shop, and also serve as the technical director upstairs for the musical as well. We are working very hard. We've been in for 7 weeks now, including preseason. We have built more on this show than we have in my 9 years at Lawrenceville. It is quite an undertaking, and it's really been because of the dedication of the students and my brilliant assistant, Mrs. Cunningham, who's worked together to get all of this accomplished.
This year it is a very big show with a lot of costumes, and we're handling it because we have so much good help down here. We have so many kids who come in and help us, and we start really early. We had preseason, so I'd say we're in pretty good shape. But for us, it's just a different experience doing it ourselves, sort of from the inside out. So I think it's going to be a great experience for everyone. It's still very, the costumes are still very beautiful, very fairy tale, and I think everyone will enjoy that.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Cunningham. Back to you, Ghael.
Thank you, Cami. That is our show for Thursday, October 20th, 2016. From all of us here at L10, thank you so much for joining us. Good night.